Hello and welcome to this video. We are washing our rice in this video. I have to be upfront. This is stock footage that I am putting in here of me washing the rice simply because it's the holidays and there's a lot going on and I was unable to set up the video camera to record me washing the rice for the sweet potato pie makgeolli. It's basically standard. You add your water, you mix your rice, you mix it into your rice, you pour the water off. This particular batch took me about 12 minutes. I was doing, for the sweet potato pie makgeolli, I'm doing 1 kilo of rice, and it took a little bit longer than the smaller portions of rice that I've been using. And I also washed the sweet potatoes, chopped up sweet potatoes, and washed them in the same manner. They're currently doing their 4-hour soak, and which will probably be several, probably 10-15 seconds video time, but whatever. So this is basically the rice washing. See you in a little while. Peace. Okay, we're back now. What we are now doing is, you saw the stock footage of me washing the rice. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start steaming the sweet potatoes, because I have about a 45-minute to an hour offset on my rice and my sweet potatoes, because the sweet potatoes are a lot harder and it's going to take a lot longer on the steamer for them to soften enough to be really useful for fermentation. Nice. Cut them up into random sizes. Some of them, the bigger chunks are when I got tired of cutting up sweet potatoes. This is 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds of sweet potato. We're going to steam it. Then I got my rice draining right now. In about 45 minutes, I'm going to take and add my rice to the steamer. I have a 2-level steamer. In fact, here's my second level on my steamer. I've already put my cheesecloth in, put my potatoes on. Everything has been sterilized. The fact I took, after I sterilized my fermenter and sterilized my cheesecloth, I put the cheesecloth inside the fermenter, protect it from getting anything settling on it or anything of that nature. So what we're going to do here is pack in our sweet potato. It's kind of a little high. A little bobbyless. I'm going to fold over our cheesecloth. And this area has been sanitized and cleaned. So we're getting this in. Yeah. Hopefully this stays sealed where I can get a good steam. Take it, put it over my boiling water. And all I'm going to do when I get ready to do the rice is pull the lid off, put this on, put the lid back on. It stacks. Makes for real efficient and a lot better for the steaming. Like I said, there's about a 45-minute to an hour offset because of the hardness, and I feel just much better having the potatoes a lot softer. So we'll get that done, and we'll be back here in a little bit to add the rice to the steamer. See you in a bit. Now it is time for us to be adding the rice to the steamer, or we will be adding the rice to the steamer. Pretty much we're doing this rice the same way we did sweet potatoes. Taking our rice and basically we're dumping it into our steamer. The rice has been draining for about 45 minutes. Roll my little rice bits out. Cover it up with the cheesecloth. Everything. Push it out into place. Cheesecloth, steamer, my hands, the countertop, everything has been sterilized. So, take this off real quick. Put this on top of the sweet potatoes. Make sure we get a good seal. Put our lid back on. Set our timer. 45 or 50 minutes. Now, we have our sterilized fermenter. And what we're going to do, this is our sweet potato puree from the part 1 video. It's been frozen. All I'm going to do is cut it, put it in the fermenter while we wait for these other stuff to go. Assuming that I am smart enough to get the package open. And a rule of thumb that I've been following on my Makgeolli recipes is, and I've pulled this off other videos, and it's a lot of them Jeff's videos, but the rule of thumb is for every kilo of solids you add 1 liter of water and 90 grams of Naruk. So in this case, this is a half kilo. We're adding a kilo of rice, a kilo of sweet potatoes, 2.5 liters of water. On the Naruk, it's 90 plus 90 plus 45, which is 225 grams of Naruk. So that's how I came up with the numbers in my recipe. So let's go ahead. Get this open all the way. That. Wait for our rice and our sweet potatoes to finish up. We'll let them cool. Then we'll add our water and our yeast and our Naruk, and we'll carry on. Okay, we have reached the point in which we are going to spread our rice and our sweet potatoes out to cool off. I am going to crash cool it in the refrigerator, partly because it's easier and I don't have to keep an eye on the cat and the dog, and it is a couple days before Thanksgiving and we've got a bunch of stuff going on and out, and I don't want anything to get on it to contaminate it. So with that being said, we're going to pull our rice out first. Maybe. our cheesecloth. Take our spoon. And spread our rice out so it cools faster. Got the rice done. Set that over here. Let's do the sweet potatoes. It smells good. Real good. I put my spoon as my spoon. What's going to be interesting is heat is going to change the structure of the starches and the sugars in the sweet potatoes. In the first video when I did the sweet potato puree, I baked it. That type of heat and that type of situation is going to change your sugars and your starches differently than it is steaming them. So I'm going to have different sugars and different starches in action during the fermentation process. So once we get these cooled, we'll drop them in our fermenter, drop in our brown sugar, and drop in our yeast and our rook. So here in a little while, we'll be back. Okay, we have got to the final part. We are going to be putting everything into our fermenter and starting the fermentation process. Just go ahead and take our lid off. And first thing we're going to add is our sweet potatoes. Put those in. Kind of like cooking, you add all your dry ingredients first. Or actually, I don't think you have to, it's just the way I do it. Put in our rice. And in case I haven't said it earlier in the video, this is going to be a single stage makgeolli. Hence, no jute, just go to bop. Okay, we are going to add our first 2 liters of water. Love having a 2-liter Ferromano flask. Set it to the side. This is our half-liter of water and our yeast. And I forgot a cutting implement. Okay, back now. Let's go ahead and spray my scissors with star sand. Hit the yeast package. Make sure everything's good and sterile. Take this off my 1-liter flask that's halfway full. Go ahead and take this. This. Go ahead and dump our yeast into our water. I have a spoon. Okay. We are going to stir our yeast into our water. It's dissolved pretty good. Go ahead and add our last water. We're going to step over here. Got our brown sugar. I'm not counting the brown sugar as a solid because it is going to dissolve into the water through the fermentation, well, mixing it. toughest packages of sugar. Okay. Go ahead and dump our kilo of brown sugar in. Already dissolving. And finally, we are going to put in our 225 grams of Naruk. Sprinkle that in there real good. I took the Naruk and crushed it with the rolling pin before I even opened the package. So, get in here. Get this all mixed in real good. And as I tend to say throughout these videos, everything has been sanitized, cleaned, sanitized, the whole 9 yards. So, with any luck, by Christmas, we will have us a sweet potato pie makgeolli. Let's see how this goes. I'm just really curious how the different sugars and all the different starches are going to react with the Naruk and the yeast. We'll see what we get. Go ahead, put my lid back on. Go ahead and fill my bubbler with some star sand. My airlock. Spray it full of some star sand. There we go, the floating bobber. And there we go. Just got to stir it twice a day now for the next 28 days, and we'll find out later. Like I said, hopefully by Christmas. Till next time, love, peace, good brewing.